Good evening, football fans, and welcome to another electrifying edition of NFL Spotlight, where we dive deep into the heart-pounding action of America's favorite sport. I'm your host, bringing you the latest from the gridiron with a special eye on two powerhouse franchises, the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots. Tonight, we've got a story that's got everyone buzzing, a heartbreaking collapse for the Pats that echoes some of the toughest moments in their storied history. But before we unpack that, let me ask you this. What happens when a team builds a commanding lead, only to watch it slip away in a flurry of touchdowns and controversy? Stick around, because we're breaking it all down, with insights, analysis, and a look at how this fits into the bigger picture for both the Eagles and the Patriots. Let's kick things off. First up, the main event from Week 15. The New England Patriots hosted the Buffalo Bills at the iconic Gillette Stadium, that fortress in Foxborough where so many legends have been made. The Pats jumped out to a scorching 21-0 lead early on. Yeah, you heard that right, 3 touchdowns ahead before the Bills even blinked. It looked like vintage New England, channeling the dynasty days when Tom Brady would orchestrate comebacks from the other side. But oh, how the tides turned. The Bills, led by their superstar quarterback Josh Allen, stormed back with 5 straight touchdowns, flipping the script for a 35-31 victory. It was a gut-wrenching loss for the Patriots, dropping them further in the AFC East standings and raising questions about their playoff hopes in this 2025 season. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room: those penalties. Folks, the Patriots racked up 7 flags compared to Buffalo's measly 2, and some of them came at the worst possible times. Take cornerback Carlton Davis, for instance. He got hit with a late penalty on a third-down stop that kept a Bills drive alive. Then there was Marcus Jones, who thought he had a game-changing interception on Josh Allen, only for it to be wiped out by a pass interference call, and somehow, Buffalo's Khalil Shakir got credit for the catch on 4th down. Even wide-out Mac Hollins looked like he was interfered with before an interception on a pass from rookie sensation Drake Maye. These calls had the Gillette crowd roaring in frustration, and post-game, the locker room was abuzz with chatter about the refs. But here's the thing, fans. As tempting as it is to blame the Zebras, the Patriots can't pin this defeat solely on the officiating. Those yellow flags didn't score points. The Bills did, capitalizing on every opportunity with sharp execution. Diving deeper into the analysis, Josh Allen was a beast out there. 19 of 28 passes for 193 yards and 3 touchdowns. He dissected the Patriots' defense in the second half, where New England's tackling went AWOL and their coverage looked like Swiss cheese. Errors at every level allowed Buffalo to rack up big plays, including 2 touchdowns from running back James Cook. On the Pat side, Drake Maye showed flashes of why he's the future. That arm strength, the poise under pressure, but the offense stalled when it mattered most in the red zone. Running back Ramondre Stevenson pounded the ground early, but as the lead evaporated, the team couldn't sustain drives. Defensively, guys like Matthew Judon, the edge rusher who's been a disruptor all season, couldn't contain Allen's mobility. Injuries have plagued this unit too. Remember, the Pats have been dealing with nicks to their secondary all year, which showed in those missed tackles. It's reminiscent of past seasons where the defense was the backbone, but here, it crumbled under the pressure of a divisional rival. Speaking of rivals, let's zoom out and put this in context with the Patriots' fierce AFC East battles. The Bills, Dolphins, and Jets have always been thorns in New England's side, but this loss stings extra because it keeps Buffalo in the hunt for the division crown. Flashback to the dynasty era. 6 Super Bowl wins under Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, with epic comebacks like the 28-3 miracle in Super Bowl 51 against the Falcons. Brady's precision, Vince Wilfork's dominance in the trenches. Those were the days when the Pats owned the East. Now, in the post-Brady world, with Jared Mayo at the helm as head coach, they're rebuilding around young talents like Maye, who's drawing comparisons to a young Brady for his work ethic. But losses like this highlight the growing pains. Statistically, the Pats are now the 12th most penalized team in the NFL after 15 weeks, a marked improvement from earlier sloppiness, but still, those self-inflicted wounds are killers. Compare that to their red zone efficiency. They converted early but faltered late, allowing Buffalo to outscore them 35-10 after the initial surge. Now, to keep things balanced and true to our focus, let's shift gears to the Philadelphia Eagles, because if there's one team that knows about resilient comebacks and divisional dogfights, it's the Birds from the NFC East. While the Patriots were licking their wounds in Foxborough, the Eagles have been soaring this season, battling the Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders in what might be the toughest division in football. Jalen Hurts, that dual-threat quarterback who's evolved into an MVP candidate, has been lighting up Lincoln Financial Field with his arm and legs. Remember Super Bowl 52? The Eagles' underdog triumph over the Patriots themselves, 41-33, with the legendary Philly special play where Nick Foles caught a touchdown pass. That was pure magic, Foles stepping up as the backup hero after Carson Wentz's injury, out-dueling Brady in a shootout. Fast forward to now, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith form one of the league's top receiving duos, while Darius Slay anchors a defense that's as gritty as Philly's famous cheesesteaks. The Eagles fan base, rowdy, passionate, always ready to boo or cheer at the Linc, mirrors the loyal New England supporters who've stuck through thick and thin. Drawing parallels between these two franchises is fascinating. Both have Super Bowl histories intertwined. The Pats beat the Eagles in Super Bowl 39 back in 2005, 24-21, with Brady earning MVP honors. Then Philly got revenge in AII. Iconic players like Reggie White, the Minister of Defense for the Eagles, or Brian Dawkins, Weapon X, embody that Philly toughness, much like the Pats' legacy with guys like Teddy Bruschi or Rob Gronkowski. This season, the Eagles are pushing for playoff positioning, with stats showing their top 5 in rushing yards, thanks to Saquon Barkley's addition. Wait, can you imagine a Barkley-Maye matchup if these teams met in the big game? The Eagles' defense, led by edge rushers like Josh Sweat, has been sacking quarterbacks at a clip similar to how the Pats unit used to under Belichick. But injuries hit Philly too. Hurts has battled shoulder issues in the past, reminding us of Maye's rookie bumps. For some expert insight, I reached out, hypothetically, of course, to a couple of voices in the NFL world. Imagine Eagles legend Donovan McNabb weighing in, "Look, the Patriots' collapse reminds me of our tough losses in the NFC East. You build a lead, but one penalty, one missed tackle, and boom, the game's flipped." Philly fans know that pain, but it's what builds character. And from the Pat side, a fictional quote from former coach Bill Belichick, "Penalties are part of the game, but execution wins championships." New England needs to clean it up, just like we did in our dynasty runs. Even current Pats coach Maye echoed that in the presser, "Arbitration wasn't why we lost. We beat ourselves in the second half." Fans are chiming in too. A die-hard Pats supporter I spoke with said, "It's frustrating, but Maye's got that fire. We'll bounce back against the Jets next week." Looking ahead, what does this mean for the playoffs? For the Patriots, this drops them to a precarious spot in the AFC wildcard race. They need wins in their final games to sneak in, perhaps relying on Maye's growth and Stevenson's ground game. Predictions: I see them scraping by with a 9-8 record, but it'll be tight. The Bills are surging, and the Jets loom large. As for the Eagles, they're favorites to win the NFC East again, with Hurts potentially leading them to another deep postseason run. Could we see an Eagles-Pats rematch in the Super Bowl? Stranger things have happened, like the Philly special itself. The implications are huge. For New England, a playoff miss could mean draft focus. Keep an eye on prospects like those in the Chiefs draft guide, but for the Pats, maybe a stud corner to bolster that secondary. Wrapping up, folks, this NFL season is a roller coaster, full of twists like that Bills comeback. Whether you're bleeding green for the Eagles or repping the Patriot way, remember, football's about resilience, heart, and those unforgettable moments. Tune in next week for more action. We've got the Eagles facing the Cowboys in a rivalry showdown, and the Pats looking to rebound. Hit that subscribe button, share with your fellow fans, and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, this is NFL Spotlight signing off. Go Football!